there, friends. Welcome back. Not much going on today as we are kind of stuck in a weird weather pattern here in Northeast Pennsylvania. It has been cold, wet, windy, pretty miserable. Despite that weather, there are still some things that are growing and progressing. I need to do a little bit of a walk around and check on everything. So I thought I would bring you along and show you what's going on. First thing I got to do is drop off my wagon here at the wood pile. I got to bring wood in. It is May 2nd and we still need to heat our house. We've gone from like a week of 80 degrees down to lows almost freezing. We've had frost, we've had wind, we've had multiple inches of rain over the past week. It's just, I can't get a handle on it. Grace even has a winter hat on today.
Yeah.
First thing we come to is our rhubarb. Now, this rhubarb came up real early because we did have some warm days, like I said. So this rhubarb is actually looking really, really good. That is ready to pick. What should we check on next?
Hey, how about we check on the blueberries?
Okay, let's head over. How are they looking?
They're looking good.
They are looking good.
We have some blooms.
We have some blooms. Yep, so each one of these guys will turn into a little blueberry. Hey, look at our strawberry patch. Hey, we got some flowers here, Grace. Oh man. All right, we've checked on our fruit. Let's go check out our little flowers up top, see how they're doing.
Okay.
A while ago at this point, I direct seeded some of these rows, and let's check on them. I don't think I've given an update on them. All right, we got some growth. And we also have garlic here, which is coming along quite well. My cover. So we have some dill. Bells of Ireland here. That looks good. That looks like poppies or maybe Lebanon mist. Ha! This is a good one. There's a sunflower. If you think it's too soon for sunflowers, it's really not. They are tougher than you think when they are first starting growing. I found some volunteer sunflowers, oh gosh, probably almost about a month ago, at least a month ago, over in the big garden at my pap's. And yeah, they're surprising. There's a lot of things that are tougher than you think. All right, I've got a couple little weeds in here, but I think we've got some, it looks like bachelor buttons, looking good. So in this little bed, you may remember that I planted, I think, 13 different things under cover. A day or two after I planted, we had like a freak storm that came through. It was super windy. It dumped like an inch of rain. So I think that some of my seeds that did not need to be covered or that needed light to germinate got washed away. All of my row markers, you can see them there. I was so disgusted. I just left them there. All my row markers got ripped out. Like, it was a mess. So for me to see any growth in this spot, I'm happy with it. Now, I did have quite a few seedlings that I put in this bed that you can kind of see behind me. They were all real healthy. They looked awesome when I planted them, watered them in, and then they got they got fried because it was, I don't know, like 90 degrees. And they just got fried, even though I had watered them in really well, and I've got my soaker hose to them. So they're starting to come back. But you know, they're not doing as well as I would liked or as I had hoped, but I do think they'll grow out of it. So you can see here, these guys had some sunburn, but they are putting out new growth, so I'm happy about that. That's what they should look like, and that's what a lot of them look like. Can we take a moment to just appreciate how luscious this overwintered yarrow is looking? I mean, this is just like the most beautiful the most beautiful healthy looking plant. I've got some bachelor buttons, which these guys are starting to bud up, so that's awesome. Honestly, even though the seedlings that I planted out I'm feeling like they're a little bit behind, these overwintered plants are really looking good, and I'll probably have blooms before I think I will. So in here I've got yarrow, bachelor buttons, which I already showed you, some feverfew that I like, and this is, I don't know, I'm excited about this. I shouldn't be, because it's not like a real way to do things, but I have such a thicket of bupleurum that has reseeded itself. I'm not even mad about it. I'm super psyched because everything that overwintered looks good together. I'm excited. Let's take a look. I mean, again, anything that overwinters is just kind of ahead of whatever you plant out. I've got a little feverfew sneaking in here. I mean, this is like gold. What's next, Grace? Should we go check on the onions?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. It's a little bit hard to see here, but we had gotten 3 rows of potatoes in. 1, 2, 3. If you can see those, see those stakes down at the end there, that marks our rows for potatoes. This year I had to get different varieties than I normally get, which I was not happy about. But you know, you got to make it work. So this year I am planting, or I have planted, Norland, Kennebec, and Yukon Gold. Norland is a variety that I always plant. That's a red potato. Normally I like to grow a Superior for a white and a Lehigh Gold for a gold. That's just what I like. It works in our ground, and I have no reason to stray from that, but you got to get what you can in this world. So that's what we're doing. Okay, you can kind of see the onions here. They're starting to come in. So again, I grow, just like my potatoes, I grow a red, white, and gold variety of onion. Plants are from Dixondale Farms. In this row right here, this is the white. That is a ringmaster, and these plants were just like gigantic. They were almost scallions by the time I was planting them. My hope is that, you know, everything that we've got in the ground right now, I'm hoping that it's just like ready for growth. Once the sun comes out and we pick up a little bit of warmth, everything is just going to be like, wah. But right now, I don't even think it's 50 degrees today. This morning, I was outside helping Kane with something, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's May 2nd, and you can see your ha-has. It's crazy. Basically, we're just kind of in a holding pattern. You know, I have a lot of stuff that I need to get in the ground. We gotta lay plastic, we gotta work some ground, but regardless, spring is coming. I have so many plant starts that I need to find new homes for coming up pretty soon here. I always open the stand the second Saturday in May, and you know, we keep moving. I want to show you quickly some of the things that have been outside and some of my cool hardy stuff that will also be ready for sale. Some of my herbs and things. Ooh, yeah, actually this stuff is looking really good. So I do have some cold crops here that are doing okay. Oregano, some flowers, dill, parsley is a cool weather item, and these are all looking pretty good. Like I said before, with some of these things you get some yellowing, and that's just cold. It's harder when it's cold out for the plants to uptake the nutrients that they need, even if they're in good ground. They're not eating like they should. Okay, popped inside for a moment to warm up. I thought I would show you the indoor plant babies. You have seen these guys from start to now. I mean, these tomato plants are getting out of control. I got basil that is looking so stinking good. These basil plants, if you can see here, are some of the ones that I pinched in a previous video. And you can see how quickly they have sprouted new shoots. While we're at it, let's go check the rolling rack. See how the plants have taken over, I mean really taken over, my dining room. Okay, as you can see here, we've got a real jungle happening. I've got warm season stuff all over the place. More tomato plants. These guys are desperate to be moved out. I've got some zucchini in here. So you can see everything inside is doing really well. But it's time. It's time for me to be able to kick those plants out of the house and regain some living space. I hope you enjoyed this walkabout with me today. Hopefully next week we will be coming to you with more sunshine, more warmth, and I'm hoping to be planting or at least working some ground. It's time to go. We'll leave you now because we gotta bring some wood in. We gotta heat our house. I gotta keep those plant babies warm. As always, thank you so much for joining us today, and we will see you next time. If you've not done so already, please take a moment to like and subscribe so you can stay up to date on all of our homestead happenings.
Hi, I'm Grace, and we're going to be doing some wood.